Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some M16 gameplay. Going to switch things up just a tad bit on this channel. I haven't really used tac rifles since the beginning of this game when it first released, when they were really overpowered. But revisiting these tac rifles, I gotta say, they're still completely, stupidly broken when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I don't understand. They nerfed all the SMGs down, but you have things like the M16 and the AUG still in this game, completely dominating lobbies. It's absurd. Now, I can't really tell you guys which one I prefer more, the AUG or the M16. It's a mixed opinion, honestly. Even in Warzone, the AUG is supposed to be the GOAT, but even sometimes when I pick up the M16 in Warzone, I could dominate with that gun as well. It's something about the tac rifles in Black Ops Cold War. They're just completely broken no matter what game you're on. Warzone or Black Ops Cold War, they completely shred. But the gameplay is going to be a little bit slower, like I just said. Tac rifles are meant for medium to long range, so obviously I got to keep my distance with these people, especially on satellite versus some sniper rifles and some other AR players. You got to make sure you use the weapon that you're using correctly, because obviously if you take like an SMG and try to cross-map someone that's using a sniper rifle, you're more than likely going to lose the gunfight. So don't get all feisty with my playstyle this gameplay. Just know I still dished out that sauce. Guys, once again, we're going to go back to talking about some Battlefield 6 news on this channel. Not going to lie to you guys. I've been having tons of fun hearing all these new things and new innovations that are going to be added into this game, and it's been a second since I actually discussed some of these things, so just know I might be a little late here. You probably heard some of the stuff maybe from some other commentators. I know for sure, though, some of the information I'm going to put into this video is definitely very new and recent, so don't think everything is old. I just want to cover some of the things in the past before I lead up to the new important details that have been released for Battlefield 6. But I must say, hearing all these details coming out for this game makes me happy, because I'm way more hyped for Battlefield 6 than I am for Call of Duty World War II or Vanguard, whatever the heck they're going to call the next Call of Duty title. Every single bit of information and details, including the Warzone revamp and stuff like that, has not given me any excitement at all for the next COD title. But Battlefield 6, every little bit of information that has been released makes me excited. I'm ready to see what new things are going to be coming to the Battlefield franchise. I'm very excited. But the first thing I want to discuss with you guys is that the next Battlefield title is just simply going to be called Battlefield, apparently, from all the leaks. Just straight up Battlefield. And it's going to take place about 10 years from the present. So what? It's like 2021, so like what? 2031? Apparently it's going to be taking place maybe 2030 or something of that sort. So this is exactly what I wanted out of this game. I wanted a near future game, so they can still branch out, bring in new weaponry that's being worked on current day, or even expand their horizon and make something unique that they want to make. As long as it still sticks to modern day vibes and it can be semi-realistic, it's going to work in this title. They're not going too far in the future where it's going to be like hovering tanks and, rail guns and stuff like that. None of that nonsense, but it's going enough into the future that they can still be a little bit more creative. They can make a timeline or a storyline for something unique that hasn't happened yet, or, fictional stories, and along with that, they can add in different weapons that could be worked on now, current day weapons, things that they want to be creative with, and make new weapons. The possibilities are endless when it comes to make a game around this time period. So that alone makes me extremely excited for the next Battlefield title. Because as a lot of you guys already know, I think one of the biggest concerns in the community is the time period that this game is going to take place in. For everybody who only plays Call of Duty and doesn't know anything about Battlefield, the last two Battlefield titles were both past wars, World War I and World War II. And at the same time, the life cycle of these games are about 2 to 3 years. It's not like Call of Duty where they release something every single year. So no, we had to deal with these old school titles for like 4, 5, maybe even 6 years. I can't even tell you off the top of my head. All I know, it's a lot longer than one single year that we had to deal with old school wars. And there's nothing wrong with a World War I or World War II shooter, in my personal opinion. World War II shooters are amazing. I love them. But at the end of the day, as a Battlefield game, me personally, I think modern day vibes are a lot better in that game. They produce more Battlefield moments, and it really gives off a better vibe when it comes to Battlefield games. Not saying World War II is bad or anything like that. I enjoyed Battlefield 5 to a certain extent. I thought Battlefield 1 was a freaking masterpiece. I absolutely love that game, but at the end of the day, the things that you can do in these older styled games are a lot less, how can I put it? They're a lot less, like I said, Battlefield moments. You're not sitting there doing circles with a jet, jumping out, shooting another jet with a rocket, and then hopping back in your same jet or anything of that sort. You're not doing anything absolutely absurd. But it still feels like Battlefield at the end of the day, but it's not as exciting. A modern day Battlefield game brings excitement to the table. It brings tension to the table. It's just something different that honestly, I can't tell you exactly why it's so amazing, but the mass majority of the Battlefield community wanted a modern day shooter, and this will definitely deliver. It's a modern day shooter with a near futuristic vibe as well, so people who wanted a futuristic Battlefield title, you'll still get kind of hints of vibes like that, but at the same time, it's gonna work for everybody. Now, this is where the Battlefield information gets extremely juicy. Now, if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter already, I highly suggest you guys doing so. I tweet there every so often. I try to keep you guys up to date with a lot of different things on there. The link to my Twitter is down in the description. But over on Twitter, there's a guy that goes by the name of Tom Henderson. He's a great leaker when it comes to Call of Duty content. Now, I don't know if his leaks are reliable when it comes to any Battlefield games. I've never actually looked at his leaks or anything like that to confirm anything of that sort. I've only seen him leak everything about Call of Duty and everything come true of that sort. But like I said, if he's good at leaking COD, I will still take his word when it comes to the Battlefield franchise. It might be wrong, it might be right, so don't take this completely 110%, but I thought this would be awesome if this is true. Now he goes ahead and says on Twitter, in Battlefield, explosions are not the only thing that can damage and topple buildings. Mother Nature can do a whole lot more. Now this is freaking awesome because he puts 4 photos down here. A tsunami, a tornado, a volcano, and also an earthquake. Absolutely absurd. So, as you guys know, there's already weather changes when it comes to Battlefield games. Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1. Was it in Battlefield 4? I'm not sure. Maybe Hardline? I don't know. But I know for sure in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, there was weather changes. It was pretty cool. It was nice to have different things happen mid-game to spice things up and keep things interesting, so it's not the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah, it did happen in Battlefield 4, I think, and probably Battlefield 3. It's a common thing that happens in a lot of Battlefield games, but the thing is that a lot of these weather effects don't affect the actual map itself. They just add, a little bit more variety, maybe dark in the sky, add some rain, a storm, messes with the water, so when you're driving boats, it flops you around a lot. Tiny little things like that. But he's talking about all these things actually destroying the map and destroying actual objects that are inside the map as well. Talking about how tornadoes can hit, destroy buildings that you're in, probably kill you as well. Same thing with earthquakes. You can be in a building, the earthquake happens, and the whole building starts tumbling over. You would have to leave it and change your position. Volcanoes going off, burning things around you, burning the environment. Tsunamis coming in and knocking down buildings and changing certain areas, so you have to swim and you can't run around on certain parts of the map anymore. These things are really unique. Because like EA said, they're trying to take this game to the next generation. This is going to be a Battlefield game that is way larger than anything we have seen in the Battlefield franchise. And if that's a true statement that was by EA did say this. So this is definitely a marketing thing for them. And if this is true and these leaks are true, this is going to be so freaking badass and so amazing for the Battlefield franchise that I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless when it comes to Battlefield 6 right now. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Down to my core, I'm extremely jealous of the Battlefield franchise. You might say, why, JB? You can go play Battlefield right now. You could be a part of the whole thing. And yes, that's true. But deep down to my core, I am a hardcore, die-hard Call of Duty fan. I've been playing Call of Duty for ages. It's my favorite game in the world. That's why my whole channel pretty much revolves around Call of Duty, and I play this game on the daily to get content for you guys. So with that being said, I do enjoy Battlefield. I always buy Battlefield and I play Battlefield, but it makes me sad to see Battlefield innovate so much and be so creative and build hype around a game that desperately needs hype as well. Don't forget, Battlefield 5 was a massive flop, so this needs to be hyped up, and they're doing it correctly. And then you look over to Call of Duty, and we know it's going to be the same thing. We expect the same thing to be dropped on us every single year. We're going to see Call of Duty World War II come out. It's going to have the Modern Warfare engine. It's going to have Gunsmith. It's going to have a bunch of guns with attachments. Well, no guns at first, obviously. It's going to be following the same microtransaction system model, more than likely. So it's going to be, DLC weapons that come out later. It's going to be a lack of maps at launch, obviously, and they're going to release the maps later. It's going to be a full year cycle until the game gets all the content and is polished off. And still then, it's going to be the same thing. It's probably going to be the same reused streaks, the same reused map formats. They probably won't even bother adding in weather effects mid-game. They're probably just going to be lazy again and make a full map change completely weather, like they did in Black Ops 4 with, sandstorm something and the flooded area and stuff like that, which is cool. I like the little variants, but I think mid-game events are so much more cooler because they add a little variety and spice into the match, If you just release a variant of the map that's 24/7 raining, then everybody's just going to get used to that. But when you're in a match where it's no flood or anything, it's like daylight out, and then mid-game out of nowhere, it's a massive flood that comes in and just changes the whole map. You can't walk in certain areas and stuff like that. You have to get high ground in certain areas. It changes the whole flow. It allows players who might have had a disadvantage to maybe even gain the advantage on the enemies if the map changes around in certain ways. So for me personally, I think it's going to be awesome in Battlefield. Maybe it doesn't belong in Call of Duty. Maybe Call of Duty doesn't need weather changes like that. We have already seen it in Ghost, and everybody complained that Ghost was really obnoxious. Remember the earthquakes and stuff like that? Everybody said it was a really bad idea, so maybe it's not meant to be in Call of Duty, but the fact of the matter here is that they're innovating. They're innovating in the Battlefield franchise, and Call of Duty isn't. We're getting the same thing year after year after year after year after year. It's getting repetitive. We want something fresh. I understand your main priority is Warzone, but my god, can we please spice up 6v6 a little bit? Can we please get a good fashioned Call of Duty game? But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this commentary. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, and by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also catch you live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.